Hi everyone, so welcome to my channel. Myself Raza, and in this video I am going to discuss the previous year MCQs of the chapter polynomials of class 10. So this particular video is useful for the board examinations of 10th class as well as entrance exam of Polytechnic as well as RJC and all other competitive exams which are related to class 10 syllabus, right? So I have made videos related to real numbers as well as sets, right? So if you haven't gone through, so please go through them, right? So if you like the video, so please share with your friends and don't forget to subscribe my channel, right? So let us see question number 1. So order of the polynomial 5x power 7 minus 6x power 5 plus 7x minus 6. So what is the meaning of order? So order is nothing but simply the degree. So what is the degree of this polynomial? So degree is nothing but the highest power of each monomial. So highest power of monomial is nothing but called as the degree of the given polynomials. Here among these, so the highest power is contained in this monomial, which is nothing but 7. Hence the answer is 7. Next, sum of zeros of a polynomial 2x square minus 8x plus 6. So this is nothing but a quadratic polynomial. Then sum of zeros, so shortly we can represent it as SOZ. So sum of zeros of a quadratic polynomial is given by, so sum of zeros is minus x coefficient by x square coefficient. So from this, so what is x coefficient here? So x coefficient is minus 8. So already we are having minus, so minus of minus 8 divided by what is x square coefficient? So x square coefficient is 2. So from this minus of minus 8 is plus 8. So plus 8 divided by 2, which is nothing but 4. Hence the answer is option A. Next, product of zeros of the cubic polynomial. Now since it is a cubic polynomial, so in cubic polynomial product of zeros is given by minus constant, so minus constant term by x cube coefficient. So always in the denominator you will have the highest power coefficient, right? Now from this minus constant, so which is nothing but minus of minus 3 divided by what is x cube coefficient here? It is 3. Hence this can be written as, so 3 divided by 3, which is equal to 1. Hence my answer is 1. So for suppose if we ask about sum of zeros for this question, so sum of zeros is nothing but given by minus x square coefficient by x cube coefficient. So always in the denominator you will have x cube coefficient. The same way if we ask about sum of product of zeros, so sum of product of zeros taken 2 at a time. So sum of product of zeros taken 2 at a time. So it is nothing but represented by alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha. So it is nothing but equal to x coefficient by x cube coefficient, right? So for this particular question, so there are 3 possibilities of asking a question, right? So based on this, so we are going to get different answers. So for suppose if we ask about sum of zeros, then what would be the answer? So minus of minus 5 by 3, so which is nothing but 5 by 3. So sum of zeros is 5 by 3. So if we ask about sum of product of zeros taken 2 at a time, then it is nothing but minus 11 by 3. So these are nothing but additional questions so that we can produce from this question, right? Next, moving on to question number 4. The value of p of x is equal to 4x square plus 3x plus 1 at x is equal to minus 1. So at x is equal to minus 1 means, for suppose the given polynomial is p of x, then what is he asking? At x is equal to minus 1. That means we need to replace in the place of x minus 1. Then what I am going to have? So 4 times of minus 1 whole square plus 3 times of minus 1 plus 1. So which gives me minus 1 whole square is plus 1. So 4 ones are 4. 3 into minus 1 is minus 3 plus 1. So from this 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 minus 3 is 2. Hence the answer is 2. Next, the 0 of the polynomial px plus q is, so already in your 9th classes you have learned about this. So whenever you want 0 of the polynomial, simply make the given polynomial equal to 0 and find the variable. So from this, what I am going to get? So px is equal to minus q, x is equal to minus q by p. So whatever the value of x that you are going to get, that is nothing but my 0 of the polynomial. Hence the answer is minus q by p. Next, 4y square minus 5y plus 1 is a. So what is the degree of this polynomial? It is a degree 2. So since it is degree 2 polynomial, hence it is a quadratic polynomial in terms of y. Right. Next, moving on to question number 7. 4x plus 6y is equal to 18 does not pass through origin. So he is saying that it is not passing through origin, because when you substitute in the place of x 0 and y 0, then you should get the value as 0, but we are not getting the sum as equal to 0, right? Then, so what it represents? So it is nothing but, if you observe, it is in the form of ax plus by is equal to c. Ax plus by is equal to c means, so it is having the power as 1. So when you are having power 1, it is nothing but a straight line. It is a straight line. Next, question number 8. If alpha beta are the zeros of the polynomial x square minus x minus 6, then he is asking you to find alpha square into beta square. So alpha square into beta square, you can write it as alpha into beta whole square. So this is nothing but product of zeros whole square. So what is the formula for product of zeros for a quadratic polynomial? It is nothing but constant term by x square coefficient whole square. So which is nothing but given by, what is constant here? So it is minus 6 divided by x square coefficient is 1. So minus 6 by 1 whole square, which gives me 36. Hence the answer is 36. Next, when p of x is equal to x square minus 8x plus k leaves a remainder. So here the remainder is not given. Here the remainder is 6. Okay. So here there is a printing mistake. So leaves a remainder 6 when it is divided by x minus 1. Then what is the value of k? Then what is the value of k? So what is he saying that x minus 1? So when you substitute x is equal to 1, that means what he is saying, the remainder is 6. So what is the formula for remainder using remainder theorem? So remainder is nothing but p of x, right? So here the given remainder is 6. So 6 is equal to, so what is there in the place of x? So what should I replace? So in the place of x I should replace 1, right? So 6 is equal to p of 1. So p of 1 means, so this is nothing but 1 square minus 8 times of 1 plus k. Now from this, 6 is equal to 1 square is 1 minus 8 plus k. So 1 minus 8 is minus 7 plus k. So when you transpose this minus 7, it will be added to 6. Then what I am going to get, k is equal to plus 13. Then the answer is option A. Next, the 0 of the linear polynomial. Already we have discussed about this type of problem earlier. So ax minus b will be equal to 0. So from this, ax is equal to b. From this we need to find out the value of x. So x is equal to b by a. Hence the 0 of the polynomial is b by a. Next, the product of the zeros of this quadratic polynomial. So what is product of zeros formula? So it is nothing but constant term by x square coefficient. So what is constant here? 6 by x square coefficient is 2. So 6 by 2 is nothing but 3. Hence the answer is 3. Next, sum of zeros of bx square plus ax plus c. So this is also a quadratic polynomial. So whenever you are having quadratic polynomial, so sum of zeros is given by minus x coefficient by x square coefficient. So which gives me, so minus of, what is x coefficient here? So x coefficient is a by, what is x square coefficient? So x square coefficient is b. So which gives me minus a by b. Hence answer is minus a by b. Right. Next, moving on to question number 13. If alpha, beta, gamma are the zeros of this cubic polynomial, so then alpha into beta into gamma. So alpha into beta into gamma is nothing but product of zeros. So which type of polynomial it is? It is a cubic polynomial. So whenever you are having a cubic polynomial, so product of zeros is given by minus constant by x cube coefficient. Now when you substitute the values, what you are going to get? Minus constant. So what is constant here? Plus 2. So already minus is there, so minus of plus 2 divided by what is x cube coefficient? So x cube coefficient is 1, so which gives me minus 2. Hence the answer is minus 2. Next, if p of x is equal to x square minus ax minus 3 and p of 2 is equal to minus 3. So what he has given? P of minus 2 is equal to, P of 2 is equal to minus 3. So when P of 2 is equal to minus 3, that means here already P of x is given, no? So whenever you are having x, on right hand side also you are having x's, right? So when you talk about P of 2, that means in the place of x you need to replace 2. So that means on left hand side this becomes 2 square minus a into 2 minus 3 is equal to minus 3. So when you transpose this minus 3, it becomes plus 3. That means minus 3 plus 3 will get cancelled. Then what I am left with? So 4 minus 2a is equal to 0. So from this 2a is equal to 4, a is equal to 4 by 2. So 4 by 2 is nothing but 2. Hence the answer of a is 2. Next, the product of zeros of p of x is equal to x minus 2 into x plus 3. So product of zeros. So if you observe this p of x, so p of x is nothing but in the form of x minus 2 into x plus 3. So when you multiply, what I am going to get? X into x is x square plus 3x minus 2x minus 6. So on simplification, this can be written as x square plus x minus 6. Now what is he asking? Product of zeros. So already you know product of zeros is given by constant term by x square coefficient, right? So what is constant here? So minus 6 by x square coefficient is 1, which is nothing but minus 6. Hence the answer is minus 6. Otherwise you can directly see the multiplication of these two. So minus 2 into plus 3, so it is nothing but minus 6. So you can directly write. Okay, next question number 16. If 4 is one of the zeros, so what is the meaning of one of the zeros? So one of the zeros means nothing but when you substitute 4, it should be equal to, so the value of the polynomial will become 0. That means simply what I can say, so p of 4 is equal to 0. P of 4 is equal to 0. That means what I am going to get? So 4 square plus k times of 4 minus 8 is equal to 0. So what is k? 4 square. So 4 square is 16. 16 plus 4 times of k minus 8 is equal to 0. 16 minus 8 is 8. So when you transpose that plus 8, you are going to get minus 8. So from this k is equal to minus 8 by 4, which is nothing but minus 2. Hence the value of k is minus 2. Next, the degree of the polynomial root 2x square minus 3x plus 1. If you observe carefully, this is a quadratic polynomial, hence the degree is 2. For suppose if you ask about coefficient of x square, then root 2 will be my answer. Okay, if you ask about coefficient of x square, then root 2 will be my answer. Next, which of the following equations has the solution of 2 comma minus 3? So what is the meaning of solution? So when you substitute in the place of x comma y, it should be satisfying, right? So when you substitute, so for suppose if I consider option A, in that, so when I substitute, so 2 into 2 minus 3 into minus 3. So what I am going to get? 2 2s are 4 and minus 3 into minus 3 is plus 9. So 4 plus 9 is 13. Since option A is not satisfying, so option C is satisfying. If you observe carefully, so when I substitute x and y values, it is equal to 13, right? So option C will be my answer. Next, moving on to question number 19. If one zero of the polynomial is reciprocal of the other, if one zero of the polynomial is reciprocal of the other, that means for suppose if I consider one zero as alpha, then the other zero will be 1 by alpha. If one zero is alpha, then the other zero will be 1 by alpha. So when you multiply these two, so when you take multiplication, that is nothing but product. That means we can make use of product of zeros concept here, right? So product of zeros concept, so what I am going to get, so alpha into 1 by alpha is equal to, since it is a quadratic polynomial, so it is constant by x square coefficient. So constant is k by x square coefficient is 5. So here alpha in the denominator alpha will get cancelled. On the left hand side we are having 1. So when I do cross multiplication, so what I am going to get, k is equal to 5. So the answer is k is equal to 5. So here we are having a shortcut. So just remember this. So the shortcut is, so whenever you say 1 0 is reciprocal of the other, simply make x square coefficient is equal to constant. So what we can say, x square coefficient is equal to constant. So you can make use of this shortcut, right? So the condition is if 1 0 is reciprocal of the other. So you have understood how it came, right? So alpha 1 by alpha, when you multiply, alpha gets cancelled, then the denominator will be transposed to the other side. So from that k is equal to 5 is my answer, right? Next, moving on to question number 20. A quadratic polynomial, sum of whose zeros is 0. So if you consider the zeros as alpha comma beta, then what he has given the conditions, so sum of zeros is 0. Next, 1 0 is 4. If 1 0 is 4, that means 4 plus beta is equal to 0. So from this, beta is equal to minus 4. So clearly 1 0 is 4, then the other 0 is minus 4. Then how to write the quadratic polynomial? So already we know the form, x square minus of alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. In general, so you will be multiplying this with k, because with the same zeros we can get infinite number of polynomials. So by taking different values of k, we are going to get different number of polynomials with the same zeros. But here in these bits, so here x square coefficient is 1, so just we can consider k is equal to 1. Okay, now in this particular formula, so we can substitute the values of alpha and beta. So when you substitute alpha and beta, what you are going to get, x square minus of, so already we know that sum of zeros is 0, so 0 into x plus alpha into beta, so 4 into minus 4. What I am going to get, x square, since this term is 0, so 4 into minus 4 is minus 16. Hence the given polynomial is x square minus 16. Next, coming to question number 21. Alpha beta are the zeros of x square plus x plus 1. So for x square plus x plus 1, alpha comma beta are the zeros. So based on this, so we can find out sum of zeros. So what is sum of zeros? Minus x coefficient. So what is x coefficient here? 1. So minus 1 by x square coefficient, which is nothing but minus 1. Next, the same way you can find out product of zeros also. So product of zeros is nothing but constant term by x square coefficient. So what is constant term? 1 by 1, which is nothing but 1. Now what is he asking you to find? So 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta. So the value of 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta, so how can you obtain? By taking LCM. So alpha beta is the LCM, then in the numerator we are going to get beta plus alpha. So already we have the value of beta plus alpha, which is nothing but minus 1, divided by alpha into beta is 1. So directly what I am going to get? So the answer is minus 1. Hence option B is my answer. Next, if 3 is one of the zeros, if 3 is one of the zeros, so already we have discussed about this. When you say 3 is one of the zero, then P of 3 will be equal to 0. So from this, what can you write? So P of 3 is equal to 0 means, so 3 whole square plus k times of 3 minus 9 is equal to 0. So already 3 square is 9, so this plus 9 and this minus 9 we can cancel it out. So from this, what I am going to get? 3k is equal to 0. So from this, k is equal to 0. Hence the answer for k is 0. Next, the degree of the polynomial. So degree of this particular polynomial. So what is the highest power of this? So highest power is 7. Hence the answer is 7. Next, moving on to question number 24. Number of zeros that can be identified by the by the following figure. So how can you find the number of zeros? So this is nothing but my curve, right? So this is my curve. So if this curve intersects my x-axis, so the number of points this curve intersects my x-axis will determine the number of zeros. Here, since this curve is not at all touching or intersecting my x-axis, hence it has no zeros. That means it has 0 zeros. Right. Next, question number 25. If alpha, beta, gamma are the zeros of the cubic polynomial ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, and a is not equal to 0, then alpha into beta into gamma. So what is the meaning of alpha into beta into gamma? It is nothing but product of zeros. Since it is a cubic polynomial, so product of zeros is given by minus constant term by x cube coefficient, right? So minus, what is constant here? So constant term is d by x cube coefficient is a. So hence the answer is minus d by a. Next, moving on to question number 26. A quadratic polynomial whose zeros are root 2 and minus root 2. So already we know the formula for quadratic polynomial. It is nothing but x square minus of alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta. So here plus minus plus, so it comes alternatively. Okay, now this is my alpha and this is my beta. So when you substitute, what I am going to get? X square minus of root 2 minus root 2 into x plus root 2 into minus root 2. Then this is nothing but root 2 minus root 2 is 0. This whole term will vanish. Next, root 2 into minus root 2 is minus root 2 whole square. That means minus 2. So answer is x square minus 2 will be my answer. Next, sum of zeros of this particular quadratic polynomial. So what is the formula for sum of zeros? So sum of zeros is nothing but minus x coefficient by x square coefficient. So minus x coefficient. So what is x coefficient here? 5 by x square coefficient is 1. So which gives me the answer as minus 5. Hence the answer is minus 5. Next, moving on to question number 28. Since it is a cubic polynomial ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a is not equal to 0. So this condition is must. Okay. Now he is asking you to match the following. So here alpha plus beta plus gamma. So this is nothing but called as sum of zeros. Next, alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha. So this is nothing but called as sum of product of zeros taken 2 at a time. So sum of product of zeros taken 2 at a time. Right. Next, the third one is alpha into beta into gamma, which is nothing but product of zeros. Now moving on to sum of zeros. So sum of zeros formula is nothing but minus x square coefficient by x cube coefficient. Right. The same way, sum of product of zeros taken 2 at a time is nothing but x coefficient by x cube coefficient. Next, the same way, product of zeros is given by minus constant term by x cube coefficient. Now if you observe these three formulas, here that in the denominator x cube coefficient is common and it starts with minus. So alternatively you are going to get plus minus plus minus. So next, here x square coefficient, after that x coefficient, after that constant. So likewise in an order it comes. Okay, so if you learn it in order, then you can remember it in an easier way, right? So sum of zeros. So first one, minus x square coefficient by x cube coefficient, that is nothing but minus b by a. Next one is c by a. Next is minus d by a. Okay, so based on this, so what are the options we have? So for the first one, option is c. For the second one, option is b. For the third one, option is a. So c, b, a. So option a is my answer. Next, 5x minus 3. If you observe x power 1, it is nothing but a linear polynomial. So already in your 8th class and 9th class you have learned about this, right? Next, the number of zeros of the polynomial in the graph. So already we have discussed how to find the number of zeros when a graph is given. So just see at how many points my graph is meeting x-axis. So if you observe this, so I can see that my graph is meeting x-axis at 3 points. Hence it has 3 zeros. Hence it has 3 zeros. Next, moving on to question number 31. the quadratic polynomial having 2 comma 3 as zeros. So from this what we can say, alpha is equal to 2, beta is equal to 3, and we have the formula x square minus of alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta, right? So on substituting the values, what I am going to get, x square minus of 2 plus 3 into x plus 2 into 3. So from this you can write it as x square minus 5x plus 6. Hence the answer is x square minus 5x plus 6. Next, which of the following has only one zero? Which of the following has only one zero? Right. Now, so if you observe this first option 1, it is a quadratic polynomial. Next, this is also a quadratic polynomial. So if you want to determine the number of zeros, so what we can say, so simply find out the discriminant for quadratic polynomial. So what is discriminant formula? B square minus 4ac. So simply find out the value. So what is b? So generally our quadratic polynomial will be of this form, ax square plus bx plus c. So with this polynomial we need to compare and substitute the values. So for the first option, if you observe, so b square minus 4ac, that means so minus 3 whole square minus 4 into 2 into 4. So this is nothing but 9 minus 4, 16, 16 2s are 32. Since it is less than 0, hence it will have 0 zeros. So there are no real zeros, right? So what we'll say, so there are no real zeros. That means so it has 0 zeros. Next, if we observe the second one, so delta is equal to b square minus 4ac, that means minus 2 whole square minus 4 into 1 into 1. Here delta value, so minus 2 whole square is 4, 4 minus 4 is 0. So when you are having delta is equal to 0, then it has equal zeros. It has equal zeros and it will have the same 0. That means it has 2 zeros and those 2 zeros are equal. That means it contains 2 zeros. Next, p of x is equal to 2x plus 3. Since it is a linear polynomial, hence it will have only one zero. It will have only one zero. So if we ask you to find out what the zero is, so simply make 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. From this, x is equal to minus 3 by 2. That means the 0 of the given polynomial will be minus 3 by 2. Next, p of x is equal to 5. Since it is a constant polynomial, it will never meet my x-axis. Hence, it has no zeros. From this, what we can say, option C will be my answer. Right. Next, moving on to question number 33. Observe the given rectangular figure. Then its area and polynomial function is. So already we know about the area of rectangle. So area of rectangle is given by length into breadth. So from this, so what is the length? X plus 3. What is breadth? 10 minus x. So x plus 3 into 10 minus x. Now on simplification, so what I am going to get? 10x minus x square plus 30 minus 3x. On writing it in order, so minus x square minus 10x minus 3x is, so it is plus 7x plus 30. So minus x square plus 7x plus 30. So option B will be my answer. Next, the following is the graph of a polynomial. Find the zeros of the polynomial from the graph. So if you observe, so my graph is meeting x-axis at minus 2 and 1. So it is meeting at minus 2 and 1. Hence my answer will be minus 2 comma 1. Right. So and you can observe that this is an inverted parabola. That means it is open downwards. Next, moving on to question number 35. The coefficient of x power 7 in the polynomial. If you observe this polynomial, here you are having x power 17, x power 11, x power 5 and constant. If you observe this polynomial, there is no x power 7 term, right? So if there is no x power 7 term, that means it contains 0 into x power 7. Then what is the coefficient of x power 7? So coefficient of x power 7 is 0. Next, the sum of zeros of the polynomial x cube minus 2x square plus 3x minus 4. Since this is a cubic polynomial, So for cubic polynomial, sum of zeros is given by minus x square coefficient by x cube coefficient. So from this minus of, what is x square coefficient here? So x square coefficient is minus 2 by x cube coefficient is 1. So which gives me plus 2. Hence the answer is plus 2. Next, the number of zeros of the polynomial whose graph is given below. Now let us see my graph. So at how many points it is intersecting x-axis? It is intersecting x-axis at 3 points. Hence the answer is 3 zeros. Next, the value of x which satisfies. That means we need to find out the value of x. So already you have learned how to simplify simple equations, right? So 2 times of x minus 1 minus of 1 minus x is equal to 2x plus 3. So this is the given question. So when you multiply, so this 2 will be multiplied with both the terms using distributive law. So 2x minus 2. So this minus we need to multiply with both the things. So minus 1 plus x is equal to 2x plus 3. So on both sides we are having 2x, so we can cancel them out because both are having same signs. Next, minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3. So minus 3 plus x is equal to 3. So when you transpose this minus 3, it will become plus 3. So x is equal to 3 plus 3, which is nothing but 6. Hence the value of x is 6. Next, if the polynomial p of x is equal to x cube minus x square plus 3x plus k is divided by x minus 1, then the remainder obtained is 3. So remainder obtained is 3 means we can clearly use remainder theorem. So with what we are dividing? With x minus 1 we are dividing. That means p of 1 is equal to 3. P of 1 is equal to 3. So from this what I am going to get? So p of 1 means 1 cube minus 1 square plus 3 times of 1 plus k is equal to 3. So 1 cube is 1 minus 1 square is, so 1 square is 1. So plus 1 minus 1 we can cancel it out. So from this k is equal to this plus 3, when you transpose it becomes 3 minus 3, which is equal to 0. So the value of k is 0. Next, in a division, if divisor is x plus 1, quotient is x, remainder is 4, then the dividend is. So here we need to recall the division algorithm. We need to recall the division algorithm. So what is division algorithm? So division algorithm is nothing but dividend is equal to divisor into quotient. So divisor into quotient plus remainder. So it is nothing but divisor into quotient plus remainder. So from this I need dividend value. So we are going to substitute these values. So x plus 1 into, what is quotient here? So quotient is x plus remainder is 4. So from this x into x plus 1 plus 4. So x into x plus 1 plus 4 is nothing but option C. So these are nothing but the previously asked questions of the chapter polynomials, right? So in the next video we are going to discuss some more problems related to polynomials. So thank you for watching the video. So stay connected with the channel for further more videos.